sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good. Very good. Together, the chanting is very important because it unifies us. And most of the meaning, when we focus, we're already making our good aspirations, remembering our teachers, remembering our good and bad actions, asking for forgiveness, giving forgiveness. I think very, very good. So, to start the day, we come back to our body, feel the mind, the body, and we release. Let's take a journey. As I said, I have here the map. So, let's start with the talk of today. Are you ready for a little journey, inner journey? Are you ready? Yeah. I'm ready. Yeah. Sounds a little bit better. Good. Okay, so the topic for the session of today is why do you meditate? And I ask you the question, why do you meditate? When we sit to calm the mind, what else? What other benefits do we get from meditation? Purifying the mind. What else? What happens to the body when we meditate? It becomes calm, it becomes healthy. If the mind is healthy, the body becomes healthy. So actually, there are many, many reasons why we do practice meditation, but there are also many layers and levels. So we can use sometimes the superficial levels, like in our day-to-day life, just for a few minutes, or when we want to go deeper, and this is what we're gonna be exploring today. So as we saw, our body gets relaxed, our mind is healthy, and we cultivate also some qualities, good qualities of the mind. Concentration, mental stability. All these things are very good, right? So why do we meditate? I asked again. Yes, that's what we get, but why? Why did we came today here, for example? What are we looking for? Let's pause for a little. Why we chose to come here, practice a little chanting, contemplate the mind. I think we will agree, we are looking for well-being, isn't it? We want to be well inside and in the body, the mind. So now I have a question for you. Let's make things clear. Question for everybody. I got this question from my teachers before, and I ask now. Do you want to be happy? Yes. Yes. Everybody agree? Raise your hand. Whoever wants to be happy, raise your hand. Everybody wants to be happy. Very good. That all agree. Next question. How much? Yes, we all agree. We all want to be happy. But how much? How happy? Because as you know, there are different kinds of happiness. I have a friend who says, there is some happiness which is so cheap, so cheap, so cheap, that you can buy it in a shop. It's so cheap that you can buy it. Yes, there is happiness that is cheap. So this second question is very important. Yes, we all want to be happy. How much? And that will define the use of our time and life, because to get fast food happiness, it's cheap, but it lasts very little, and what happens? We need again and again and again and again. And that we can consider the sensual pleasure is something, that's why they are addictive, because they give pleasure for a little while, and then they finish very quickly, and then we want to have again. And then we want to have again, and then addiction arises. But what about long-lasting happiness? Do we have the tools to find it? We need to have very clear what we want to do, what we're looking for, because the methodology is different. There are different kinds of happiness, and I want to make a clarification that has helped me a lot in the past, is recognizing that pleasure and happiness are not synonyms. I repeat again. Pleasure and happiness are not synonyms. When we are happy, we feel pleasure, right? Happiness is pleasurable. But when we only get pleasure, it's not a guarantee that we are happy, right? For example, I tell you, In the most developed, economically developed countries, there is a very high degree of depression. And it's not that the people don't have access to pleasure. They can buy whatever they wish, they can get it. Even in this country also. The economy is good, we can get pleasures. But why is there people depressed? So many people depressed, of so many ages. Even sometimes people thinking about suicide or taking their life. They can get all the pleasures. Why are they not happy? So this is something that we need to keep in mind. Happiness brings pleasure, but pleasure is not guaranteed for happiness. So where are we looking for? Let's pause a little bit. How, for example, this past year, now that we are remembering our actions, how did we use our time? Were we working to achieve happiness or just to get pleasure? Let's pause for a little while. I also will think about it. What are we looking for? What are we doing? Believe me, it's a reminder for myself. I'm not just telling you. I'm reminding myself. I ask these questions often. We all want to be happy. How much? How deep? What kind of happiness? Next question. Our teacher said, I ask you now, do you want to be free? Raise your hand, the one who wants to be free. Everybody wants to be free. Next question, you know it. How much? How free? Right? Different kinds of freedom. Very good question to keep on the mind. We already saw that there are some benefits of meditation. Our body gets calm, the mind gets peaceful, the mind gets healthier, the body gets healthier. We relax, the organs inside, when we are doing Kayanupasana, the organs relax, the body works better. But when asked to Sayadaw Tejaniya, many of you know Sayadaw Tejaniya, no? So I was with him, accompanying, assisting him in some retreats. When he was asked very often, Bhante, why do we meditate? He was asked this question, why do we meditate? And he said something that I really like. He said, we meditate because we want to cultivate the good qualities of our mind. And I said, wow, that's much better. We meditate because we want to cultivate the noble qualities of our mind. Recognize the pollutants, the pollution, whatever makes it dirty or heavy or suffering, we recognize, put aside, and foster the good qualities of mind. And then he also said, we meditate because we want to understand. Then when he said the first time, I said, what? We want to cultivate good qualities, I understand, but now we meditate because we want to understand. Understand for what? Understanding and wisdom to make peace with life, with the conditions of life as it is. Nature is as it is, it arises and passes away. And very often I find in myself that the thing that makes a problem is that I don't accept what is happening. Does it happen to any of you? When I suffer, I tell you, when I suffer, I ask the question, what from this suffering, what is the thing that I don't accept? Oh, immediately the mind says, oh, you don't accept this. And then the next question I ask, is this thing natural or unnatural? The answer is of course natural, it's happening in life. So non-acceptance, not having no peace, this is why we meditate. Beyond the relaxation that we get in the mind, we want to develop the good qualities and especially the wisdom who will help us to make peace with life. Yes, we born, no problem, good. We are getting older, no problem, that's natural. Everything that arises ceases, no problem, it's natural. That wisdom is the one that we want to cultivate. And I have to say that if we ask the why we meditate question, cultivate wisdom will be the crown. There are many benefits from the body, mental qualities, but the highest one, let's remember this one, is we cultivate our minds because we want to develop wisdom. Wisdom generates peace. Wisdom generates equanimity. And when the difficulties of life come in front of us, let's say sickness, something gets lost, a business, a relation, or somebody died or something happened, we have enough mental stability and understanding to go forward. You think that benefit from meditation sounds like useful? I think it's very useful. My dear family, cultivation of wisdom is the crown of meditation. It's the best thing we can do when we sit, close our eyes, feel the body, feel our breath, remember the teachings of our teachers, and make peace with life. I mentioned the word freedom, right? We want to be free, yes. How much? We are trying to look. Now the question is, freedom from what? This wisdom will free us, right? Freedom from dramas. Somebody here has some dramas running in the mind. Old stories, raise your hand. I have old stories still running and running. Oh, next time I see this person, this, that. And all that he told me, all like this. Something sounds similar. Would you like to be free from this? It will be like, sometimes when the mind is quiet, it is like, finally, thank you, my dear, thank you. And suddenly, no, but remember, last time. And then, getting this quietude, freedom from dramas. Nice. Freedom from negativity, freedom from anger. What about that one? When the mind is in panic, what's kind of angry? Not possible. You cannot have fire and water in the same place. You either have water and turn on the fire, or you either have fire and dry up the water. Cannot coexist. So we have equanimity. What about anger? Imagine, be free from anger. Somebody would like to do? You would like to be free from anxiety, free from worry, free from stress, free from fear. Well, my dear family, equanimity is making peace with life, and wisdom does that. That is why meditating is so important. Let's keep the focus well so we can get freedom from all the sufferings and the causes of suffering, which is ignorance and attachment. So that will go for it. So we know our goal, we know where we want to go, but now I will invite you to one adventure. It's gonna get good, man. But for this, I will ask you to take a little moment. It's a very nice moment to think what we're gonna do in this new year. What are our plans? How we're gonna spend our time? Get a little bit of perspective. But when we want to get perspective, the first thing we must know is where we are now. Do you know where you are now? Not physically, in your life. I ask you. It's a questionnaire. So for now on, I will ask you to put the spiritual safety belts, please. Put them, because we might have a little bit of spiritual turbulences. But don't worry, I'm driving the plane and I know we will go through. Don't worry about it. Safety belts on, spiritual safety belt, a little bit shaky. So, where are we in our life? Where are we in your life? How to know? It's a good question. Where am I in my life? So, one of the things that will be very good to do is just take a look at nature. And I have one technique that works wonderful to know where am I in life. So I get perspective, then I can start choosing. I want to go to that direction. We know already. Mental peace, freedom from suffering, it's clear. How much time do I have? Because I need to plan. We need to know. So for that, let's take a look at nature. As you know, as we know, in nature everything changes. Like in the year, this past year, no? We have years, well, here in Malaysia you don't have many seasons because you are very close to the equator. But in Mexico, for example, yes, we do have seasons. We have 4 seasons. It gets a little bit cold in winter, as you know, hot in summer, etc., etc. So, in one year, just by the changes of nature, we can see different stages. Let's imagine for a little bit that your life, our life, is 1 year. And if all my life is like the size of a year, it also has 4 seasons. So, in average, how many years does a human being live now? Like 80 years, no? What can we say? 80 years average for a human being? So that's easy. We have 4 seasons, we have 80 years, so 80 divided by 4, 20. 4 times 20, no? So, the spring of our life will be from 0 years to 20 years, that will be the spring of our life. Now, from 21 to 40, it will be the summer of our life. Now, from 41 to 60, it will be our autumn. And from 61 to 80, it will be our winter. I ask you, don't tell that, you keep for yourself. Which season of your life are you? Are you, raise the hand, the one that is on the spring? Oh, only two spring boys, very good. Well, I would say, I didn't say the next one. Okay, raise for summer, no problem. For autumn and winter, we will keep it secret. Okay, raise the hand, the one who is on the summer. Oh, very little, 3, 4, 5, yes. And then I will tell you, I'm in the autumn already. So who is in the autumn? Oh, so now we can start seeing where are we in our lives. If we look at nature, what is the spring for? In the spring, it's just joy, everything starts growing, developing, and we thought that was our childhood and teenager time. What was it? We developed. Now, next season, we said from 21 to 40, right? Is it? Yeah. From 21 to 40, the summer. What is the summer for? When we see, is the time that the farmers plant things. They work on the field. They put the seeds and cover them and water them. And then what do the farmers do in the autumn? They harvest, right? So that will be, in general, I'm speaking general terms now, the rhythm of life is different for all of us, but from 61, from 41 to 60, that will be time for harvesting. The fruit of the work we did, now already like, ooh, I see that. You don't see yourself there, but I see many faces. No problem. We need to get perspective. That's why I said we better put safety belt because it's gonna get a little bit interesting. So, in the autumn, we need to harvest what we worked already. Sometimes I've seen members of my family in the autumn, they want to continue working in the summer. No, it's not already. Now you need to retire. You start collecting what you worked. And then what the farmers do in the winter? They get into their cabin, they have the wood fire, they have all the fruits already, and they just consume the fruits that they got. So that will be the winter for a human from 61 to 80, right? So where are you? Where are we? Next question. What are you planning to do with the time you have left? That's a big one. We already got perspective. In my case, I'm already in the middle of the autumn. If everything goes well, there are still such and such decades or years, I ask the question, what are you planning to do? And it's serious. As brothers and sisters, we are here in family, no problem. What will you do with the time you have left? I really hope everything goes well for all of us, and I think it will. Because it's cold already. We have home, we have clothing, we have food, we have family, we have teachers, we have friends, access to information, ability to move around. It's well, and we still have time. But we must not, and I say this to myself, we must not lose track of the perspective, because if we really want to spend the life we have, many hours a day, scrolling on the phone, I do sometimes, but when we have the perspective, I don't think I would spend so much time because then. These phones, I have to make a warning, they're tools, and as any tools, like a knife can heal, can open somebody and make an operation, can cook, can sculpt things, but a knife can also kill. So it's not that the phone is bad. I'm not trying to demonize the phones. There is no bad, but like any tool, It depends what intention we use it for. If you have a knife, if you want to do, if your intention is good, you can cook for your family or even operate somebody and save their life. But if the intention of the hold is bad, it can kill somebody. The same happens with any tool, like this case our phone. So let's be careful with it, because the phones came into our lives, especially the ones who are in the autumn. For us that are in the autumn and in the winter, we born without phone. Now young people, they born already kind of with a phone already, mama. No, but we didn't, and the phone came like a humidity, and now it took over our lives in many areas. Let's be careful. I try to be careful. I would really encourage you to turn the notifications off, so you only check the phone when you decide to. Don't let the thoughts of somebody else be, and then what? What? I'm trying to do what? I'm trying to do something. So turn the notifications off, and what we do in Sasanaraka, they give us only 3 tickets of 45 minutes of internet per week. So you really organize, okay, I will be very efficient. And then if you can turn the Wi-Fi off sometimes, so you are free from it. You want to see how addicted we are to our phones now? Keep it in the drawer for 3 days and you will see. I say, no, I'm not addicted to it. No, I just use it when I like. But then take it for 2 days. Or how do you feel when it falls? My precious, no? Like when it falls to the floor. Anyway, that's one of the things. Another thing, with the time we have left, do we want to spend it criticizing, quarreling? No, I'm already in the autumn, and I don't have sure if I'm gonna live until the winter. That's if everything goes well, which I think it will be well. But do we want to use that time we have only to seek for pleasure? We already saw pleasure doesn't bring happiness. We need to have these questions, and I will continue to have them. Let's stop. And my sincere wish is that we all choose wisely. Time is finite. And something beautiful, my dear family, is to remember that the conditions we have right now are very good. As I mentioned, we can rejoice again. We have home, family, food, clothing, medicine, whatever we need. We have a very good opportunity. Let's try our best. To do what? Cultivate the good qualities of mind. And now, okay, you can, ladies and gentlemen, you can take your seatbelts can be taken off. So now, the hard part, the perspective is off. We know where we are. I really wish for all of us to choose well with the time we have left. If you ask me, I think, as the teacher says, cultivating the good qualities of mind, which will be kindness for ourselves, start to talk to ourselves kindly and to the others, cultivate wisdom, love, generosity, service. We know what the good qualities are. We know what the good qualities the bad qualities are, and we need to keep them away. So to start wrapping up, let's just make a reminder. How do I cultivate my mind? How do we meditate? I won't go into technique, close your eyes, observe your breath. We already know how to do it. I will go a little bit above the practice, and I just want to remind to all of us what will be necessary. We know the direction we want to go, we have more perspective, and then we want to know as a reminder. The first thing we will know is know what is happening in the body and in the mind, right? So we will need mindfulness, sati. Do you know how is your body right now? Can you feel it properly? From the head, shoulders, chest, abdomen, legs and feet. Can you feel it now? Yes, I know how the mind is. I can feel the sensation in the chair, the temperature of the skin, the clothes touching. Yes, I know how it's the body. Can you know the mind? What is your mind doing right now? Take a look. Hey, what are you doing? And then paying attention, thinking maybe, listening. The mind is listening. We are also seeing. Even if we have open eyes or eyes closed, the mind is doing, we are seeing something, feeling the body. What mental state is it? Mindfulness, awareness, sati, that's how we do. Now, if I know how is the mind, how is the body, and I want to do something, but I am very weak, can I do something? Cannot. Then we will need the second ingredient, which is concentration, samadhi. We will need to get, like in the gym for a body, we get a weight, and then we start doing exercise, bringing the mind to the breath, bringing the mind to the body, the object that we use. We will start doing exercise, so the mind will get strong, it will have ability to concentrate, and we would use that attention in the line. So the next ingredient is beyond mindfulness will be samadhi, cultivation of mental stability. This comes through meditation. So that will be the muscle that will come. Now, we know what's happening in the body, we know what's happening in the mind, and the mind is strong. Very good. Now what I do? Now is when wisdom will be necessary. We have the motor is on, we have power, but what is the direction we're going to go? Here is when the development of Panya will be very essential. Remembering that everything is changing, remembering that everything is going to pass away, nothing is still there to behold. So we get the courage and start releasing. So we have mindfulness, yes, I know the body and the mind. We have concentration and power, yes, I can do, the mind is strong. And now we use all that force to the crown of the mind, wisdom. We make peace with life. When something negative happens or unpleasant happens, we know it's natural. We keep our connection with our friends and family, and we go through the cultivation of wisdom. And for all of these things to happen, morality is essential. If our mind is worried or restless, all these will fall down. So the practice of sila is a must. The 5 precepts, as we know them very well, respecting ourselves and respecting others, in short. And also the other good practices, generosity, because generosity helps us to release or relieve the attachment, the source of happiness. Sometimes I have overlooked, to be honest, the practice of generosity, but generosity is the antidote to the soul, to the root of suffering. The second noble truth is the root of suffering is attachment, right? What is the opposite? Detachment. The practice of generosity in all the ways, not just in things, but also in time, knowledge, presence, listening to a friend that is having a hard time. There are many ways to be generous, and it's essential because why? We go beyond ourselves. We are giving, renouncing ourselves for a little while and giving ourselves to the other. Either the thing that I could use, I give to somebody else to use, or the time. So between morality, generosity, wisdom, concentration, and mindfulness, you can bet that all our efforts in the time we have will be good. Lastly, to know from who has practiced meditation here in the past, raise your hand. Let me see. Oh, almost everybody. Everybody. Now, the last question I want to start ending up is, do we know if what we did in the past is working or not? Do you know? Was your meditation effective or not? Oh, sometimes I ask myself, I went with Bhante, I went with Seattle Tejinga. How to know? I have practiced many years in the past and tried this and that. How do we know if what we did was right? And then he gave a very beautiful, and I will pass you, keep it in your treasure box. It's a very useful way to know if our meditation is effective. He said, just take a look at 4 mental ingredients. If these 4 mental ingredients are growing, your meditation, whatever you're doing in your meditation is going good. If these 4 ingredients are not growing or decreasing, even if you meditate a lot, something is wrong. You are not going in the right direction. You can imagine which 4? The first ingredient is through the practice of mental cultivation. Am I growing in love? Can I wish sincerely to myself and others? May you be well in the body. Really. May you be peaceful. The development of metta. Am I growing in loving kindness, being kinder to others? If I'm meditating a lot and not happening, I need to adjust something. Next ingredient. Can I recognize the suffering of others? Or just worry about me, my story, my thing, my like this? Or when the mind starts looking, this person needs, I can help, then we go and help. Are we growing in compassion, karuna? If our meditation is going well, naturally compassion will increase because we will start feeling beyond ourselves. Our feel will be greater. Next ingredient, mudita, joy in the happiness of others. Are we growing in it? And the last one, equanimity. I call equanimity, this is a personal, how I refer to it, like the door to wisdom. When the mind is equanimous, wisdom can come in and we accept things easily. Are we growing in equanimity and peace? My dear family, next time you wish to check how your meditation is going, check these 4 qualities. If they are going up or down, you will know. And if somebody else asks you how to know, check these things. Lastly, today we saw where we are in the season of our life. I hope I have enough time. We still have time. So yes, some spiritual urgency. This word the Buddha spoke about, it's called samvega. Spiritual urgency. Whoa, I have no time to lose. Is there here somebody who has time to lose? Raise your hand. I ask again, is there somebody here who wants to waste their life? Raise their hand. Nobody. One big applause for everybody. Congratulations. Very happy. None of us wish. We need to cherish it. So there are 2 forces to make us do something. One is samvega, which is spiritual urgency. Oh, I don't know. I may die before the winter. Eh? Yes, we don't know. We may die tomorrow. So I better use my time wisely. Don't waste it. That is one. Which sometimes is a little bit painful. It's like a little bit like spiritual urgency or fearish. I hope, so I will try to do. That is one. But I want to give another one that we need to put together. That spiritual urgency needs to come together with passaggio, with tranquility. We can rest, so we breathe in. Yes, first we say, I don't need to waste time. But this tension will not be useful because if I walk like this, how do I look? It doesn't look natural, man. I cannot do things. If I'm like this, and if I want to get the water, not possible. So we need the mind and the body to be free, to be relaxed. So even though we know life is passing, time is precious, we are not so young anymore, no problem. We still have time. The conditions are great, so we relax in the body, relax in the mind, and we can do freely. So, samvega and passaggio needs to go together. Tranquility, no problem. And there is one last ingredient that the Buddha described as a spiritual tool. This is very important, and that is joy. We have, I see many familiar faces. We had a retreat recently with Ajahn Brahm, isn't it? Who was in Ajahn Brahm retreat recently? Many. Yes. So he speaks a lot of joy, and it's not Ajahn Brahm. Actually, the Buddha spoke about joy as a spiritual tool. My dear family, joy and happiness, they are not a luxury. They are indispensable spiritual tools because the mind becomes light. The mind wants to try things. The mind is courageous when we are joyful, isn't it? So, joy, for example, when the Buddha described the Anapanasati Sutta, he describes there that we need to develop joy and happiness as a spiritual tool. It's not a luxury. Also for the jhanas, Vitaka Vichara, Piti Sukha, joy and happiness is essential for the mind to then concentrate and be brave to let go. So my dear family, how to develop joy, and this is the last note that I want to keep for all of us. Let's remember all the blessings that we have in this new year. Everything that we need actually is available to us. We have friends, teachers, the Dhamma family, look around, we are here together. We are decent human beings. I don't think none of us here kills or do very bad actions. So we can rejoice in our sila. Beyond not harming, we are trying. I have been a recipient of your goodness here and somewhere else. So I am a proof of your goodness. The monks, all the monks, we are the proof of your goodness. And that makes us beautiful. I feel beautiful. Wow. All the words that I'm saying right now, all the energy I have to move the body, is because of somebody else's goodness. Imagine how beautiful it makes us monks feel. I would like you to feel the beauty. You are doing it. So we can rejoice in your sila. We don't harm anybody. And beyond that, we help some other people. We are decent and upright human beings. And that, when we see the benefits of our practice, that is the best fuel that will help us to move forward. Not just the fear of aging, not just the fear of life, forget about that. It's okay, we keep it there. But let's keep the joy, the joyful effort that we have. We have all the best conditions. May we all choose wisely. Let's finish up by remembering our family in this new year. We know what is to be done. I'm very gladly surprised coming to this community. Just by chanting, I can hear the practice that you have been doing. The pronunciation is quite good, so I'm very glad to see the level of your studies and the level of practice. I'm very nicely surprised. Thank you very much for your sincerity. It's a pleasure that we can speak different, more deeper things sometimes. So we take all this joy. Thank you for the organizers and all for having these facilities and all these programs. We rejoice in the goodness we have done in the past, the joy and benefits that our practice brings, and we will offer now too for the benefit of our Mama and Papa. Mama and Papa, wherever you are, may you be well and safe. Even if they pass away, may their journey continue in safety and have the mind at peace. If they are alive, we wish them the best. We share the blessings of our practice, the joy and benefits from our goodness. We remember our children, if you have grandchildren, and remembering their faces, the joy that sparks, keep it in, keep it in. Remember, it's not a luxury, it's essential for the practice. May they have a safe and long life. May this new year for all of them be prosperous, in health, and with mental stability. We remember our brothers and sisters. I have 3 sisters. They have 1 child each. May they be well. I share the fruits of my practice with them. Remember your brothers and sisters. And if there was some difficulty in the past with any of them, we release. It's a good time to release, starting anew. Starting the new year, nice moment. We remember all our friends and family. Thank you very much for all the support. May you be healthy this year and many more to come. May you be at peace with life. It's okay. Now we remember the people with whom we have had difficulties in the past, or maybe we are having difficulties now. I take responsibility from my side. I'm sorry for my side. You are responsible for your part. Thank you for the lesson. We'll continue trying. Here there is no malice, no bad intention, and we release for our own good. May the person or persons we have had problems in the past or are having, may they be healthy. Here is their no malice. May they be healthy, they and their families, may they have their mind at peace. We release. Now we remember all the people that we will never meet, millions and millions. Some of them with difficulties, some of them with no food, war, homeless. In whichever way we can share the blessings of our life, may all of them be well. Now we remember the people who have passed away in our families, and all the people who will die today, may all of them be at peace, and their families as well. It's okay, nature is like this, we are ready. And we share the benefits of our practice. This new year, and many more years to come. We'll be healthy, and with the money that is. Is everybody, do you like the journey we took? Yeah. Was it bumpy at some time or not? It got a little bit bumpy, with the seasons and all that, a little bit, but we went through elegantly, I think. So, my dear family, let me check the time. We are good in time. So, I was asked recently, we are talking about plans for the future and what are we planning to do, and so I was asked recently about it, and I was explaining to somebody else and then to somebody else. And they said, Bhante, what are you gonna do? When are you leaving Malaysia? Etc. etc. So I decided better to comment to everybody now that we are together. So I would like to tell you that I'm thinking, I was invited to give a retreat in Uruguay in April, end of April, so I will be leaving. I want to thank all of you. I've been here for 1 year and a half. I'm not here in Kuala Lumpur, but I was I came in SBS. And I want to congratulate all your communities because the work you have done to take care of the sasana, to be honest, is one of the best works I have been in a few countries and in many monasteries. What you have done to take care of the monks and all the organization you have is really something to be learned. So I'm learning a lot, and I want to really thank you for all the support and how sincere the practice is, and I really wish to say thank you very much. So, my plans for the future, some people was asking, and we decided to show you, would you like to see some images of the project? I started Dhamma project, starting in Mexico. I will show you. There's many people, young people, as you know, we have in Mexico and in America, a big problem with drug addiction and drug dealing. So unfortunately, there is violence in the streets. Every day you hear that somebody was killed, or the level of sila is very low, a lot of robbery. It is not uncommon that in the light, when someone stops in the light in the corner, people come with a gun and they tell them to go down. So it's really, my dear family, I wish you to appreciate the peace that you have here, because sometimes we complain, but when you see the problems in other places, I will show you some images now. So I'm doing some work there with the communities. The Dhamma can help definitely a lot, so we will just wait for the images to come and I know what is happening. We will have a space for questions, so if you want to ask, if you are curious about something, please feel free. We will have the microphone, or while we wait for the images, anybody who has a question or something, you are very welcome, and we explore together. Anybody around, some curiosity? Or something that you would like to share, a good intention for the new year? Or after we finish the images? How we do? After? Okay, we take a look, we just wait for it. Let's see. Everybody okay? Okay, good. It looks good. Is the computer having some probably difficult throws?
Yeah.
Anyway, should we start? Anything that you would like to share with everybody for the new year, or any question? Please just raise your hand or comment. Welcome. Let's break the ice and we converse a little bit. maybe some other thing that you're interested in the Dhamma. Am I right? Yes. Welcome.
Testing. Hello. Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Emerson. I'm 14 years old, and I'd say that one thing I like to, I suppose, improve for the new year is I say my ability to let go of things, because I see I always feel like I have a slight problem with letting go of things. Like I usually hold on to a memory or a thought or a grudge or something for quite a long time. Even no matter how much I try, it's very difficult to kind of let go of it, and that's something I want to improve for this year.
Yeah. One thing that I have the same problem. Who has the same problem that has a memory coming and going back? Raise your hand. I think all of us. So first of all, don't feel alone. It's a tendency of the mind, because the mind still has some unfinished business there, and generally is attachment. So one of the things, I will just speak from personal experience, that helped me a lot to be relieved from memories that are painful and continue coming. I check for two things. When the mind is not remembering, when the memory comes, I focus in the suffering that it brings. How bad it makes the mind contracted, how the body feels, maybe sadness arises, or anger arises, or the negativity that arises. So I know it's not very pleasant to do, but it's very helpful often to focus on the bad sensation that the memory brings on one side. On the other side, whenever the memories go, because they don't stay forever, isn't it? They just come, and eventually, I don't know why, also sometimes they go out. The peace that is generated when the memory is not present, then I focus on the relief. So by knowing how that makes me feel, and how the relief comes when it is not present, that gives the mind some courage. So whenever it comes back again, the courage to start letting go. So another thing, so focus on these two things. Another thing, when they come, I look at the man and I say, thank you for your suggestion. Not now. Thank you. I'm out of business. How you say when you put in the shops, like not always hours like this. So thank you very much. Not now. So there is one phrase that I learned from one movie that I saw many years ago. And there was two people were discussing something, and they were fighting, no like this, not like that. And one of the characters, it was an animation, one of the characters told to the other one phrase that really has helped me through the years. And that person says, I understand your concern, and your comments are valuable, but I have decided to ignore them. So, I tell this phrase to the mind, when the mind is, oh, do you remember what happened like this? And I tell kindly, I understand. Yes, darling. Yes, darling. Yes, darling. I understand your concern, and your comments are valuable, but I have decided to ignore them. No, thank you. So that helps me a lot. And another thing, another tool that sometimes you use this tool and it doesn't work. So for example, the pain and the relief is one tool. Now, I understand your concern, but I have decided to ignore them. That. And one of the most efficient, but a little bit more tricky, is to letting go. Ask yourself, what I don't accept from this situation. Because generally, the memory is a situation that happened in the past, right? It's something that happened. What does the mind has not yet digested? What I do not accept from this? The mind immediately will tell what is the problem, and then we start making questions. Is this natural? Does this happen only to me? No. Nothing that happens to us is a natural thing. Then, okay. So then the mind starts from having the whole, start releasing. How does it make me feel? Well, it makes me feel bad. I want to be free. Okay. And then we start letting go. I give these things that happen, works for me. I hope they work. Let me know in the future how it goes. Does one of them resonate with you right now? Which one do you think that you feel potential for it? You still have the mindset?
Yeah. I'm not sure, but I will try doing these as well.
Try them.
Also, can I ask about the one where the one where you focus in on the first one you suggested, how
bad it makes us feel?
Yeah. How does it, like, wait, you focus in on how bad it makes you feel?
Yes. It's unpleasant. Yeah, and?
How does it, like, really kind of...
it won't relieve in the moment. Actually, at that moment, it's not relieving. We are focusing, looking at the fact how bad it's making me feel. So next time, if the memory comes, we will have the courage to say, no, no, no. I know how bad you make. Now you got it. Now we're very good. Well, I know how bad you make me feel because if we just get caught into the story and we're not feeling how bad it makes us feel, we continue rolling. But then we stop. We look at the memories come. Awareness is there. How does it make you feel the body? Very tense in the stomach, very hot in the face, tense in the arms. When you remember the suffering, next time, if the memory is not a very big one, when it comes and you remember, oh, so small you are to be thinking about it, and I have to pay all this, like a good businessman, no, this is not good business. So then the mind starts releasing. So I know it's not very pleasant, but yes, even the Buddha and the teachers says, look at the suffering that it brings, so we will have the courage to say, no, it doesn't work. It's a small thing, and the mind will start getting stronger, and then get the relief and move on. Okay, very good, thank you. I remember you sang, you both sang in the ceremony, no, for the monastery. Oh, thank you very much. Your energy was very lively, and thank you. Okay, my dear family, so I will show you. People ask me, Bhante, what are your plans for the new year? Well, I will show you what are the plans. I don't know what's going to happen, but I will show you. I will control from here now, from this. I think it's okay. So as we was said, I born in Mexico. This is the area that I born. It's called Guadalajara. It's the second city. Mexico City, the capital, is here around the center of the country. So I born around here and United States. There is kind of in the line of New Mexico, Arizona, and that area. Okay? Something. Yeah. So that is where I born. And then I was a musician and a composer as a layperson. So from the savings that I had from my labor, when I became a monk, the savings were there. So suddenly I thought, what to do? So I decided to donate them to make a Dhamma Institute in Mexico. So now I will show you the building, how it is going. Yes. Can you go to the next one? Because this one is not working now. Can we make this one work?
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, next slide, please. If you press Alt F2, if you press Escape, does it work?
Yeah. Escape. Escape first.
Yeah. You can just go with the arrow, I think. I don't use this one. Yeah, again. Can you press Escape again? I think it's this one. Might be doing that. If you press Escape and then you just go with the arrow to the next one.
Escape.
Okay, so I continue telling you that the monastery is located near the city. Yeah, go to the next one. With the arrow, I think. Does it work? Or here with the arrow that is down here. Something is there. Illegal what? Okay, so jump to the next slide. Jump to the next slide. Next slide. Yeah, click. Oh. Or delete, go out, delete the slide if that's making a problem.
Something
delete.
wrong with the setting of the project.
Yeah, delete the slide. Somebody who would you like to try?
Can just use PowerPoint or not?
No, Alex is controlling.
Or just use
Alex is
PowerPoint?
controlling.
Okay. Anyway,
Someone is controlling remotely. Oh,
someone's controlling remotely.
oh.
Oh, we have a
Our
hacker.
people,
We
no.
got a hacker in here.
No, our people, our group, our support team, IT support. Yeah.
Just go to the PowerPoint. It's down there.
I cannot reach the PowerPoint.
What is not accessible?
Just play the PowerPoint.
Just play the PowerPoint.
Just play the
go out of
PowerPoint.
that. Anyway, thank you everybody for your
Oh,
patience.
where's the PowerPoint?
The world is
What
like
is
this.
this thing?
Reach
Was
the
it
PowerPoint.
because someone controlled?
He control, Alex control.
Just close the whatever. Go
Cannot,
to.
cannot. You cannot close.
Can you show PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, here.
Why is it side?
No, here.
Yeah.
This one. This one.
Oh, I can bring my
No,
computer
try
to here
different
and everybody
ways
comes
for
to
this.
us.
Alex controlling. No, not that one. This one.
Okay, if it doesn't work, then we also leave it for another time. Let me see. Wait for it to work.
I think it's because
Anyway, next question. Somebody, let's start. Somebody else who has a question, we can explore. Any curiosity, something you wish to share for the new year and for everybody. Yes, we can pass the microphone back there. Yes, welcome.
Hi, good morning, Bhante.
Good morning.
I wish to thank you personally
Mm.
for the Tipitaka Zoom that you organized in October, November,
Ah, yes.
after by BGF.
Yes.
That started my interest in Tipitaka.
Oh, now I feel like it's worth doing. Thank you so much.
Yes, I was so lost with it. I attempted earlier, but because there's no teacher and nobody to guide me, so I just asked some senior practitioners.
Mm.
It sounds so rocket science for me, but you made it so simple and so, it was, sorry to say, initially it was very dry for me, but I make it very simple.
You know,
So the pointers that I wish to seek from Bhante is that I have this interest to learn further. So where should I go from where do you stop?
Mhm. Where are you now? What have you done before?
I am learning inside mindfulness from teacher Tablon and teacher Ivan. They are under Sayadaw teacher Nia.
South Asia,
Yes, but because it is not attached to any, not strictly to Buddhism, so
Yes.
this Buddhism learning will be on my own journey.
Yeah.
So I wish to seek Bhante's advice, where should I go? But now the mind has interest to understand further on the Noble Eightfold Path.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not sure whether that is the right direction.
Yes, definitely. The Noble Eightfold Path will be always, even not just at the beginning, but throughout our spiritual life, it's always something that we need to continue coming back. So yes, there are many books about it. And for example, the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, where the Buddha explained the Noble Eightfold Path, but it's just kind of a very brief introduction. There are other suttas that we can find the references to give you more clarity, but also there are some, for example, I remember Ajahn Sumedho has a book on the Noble Eightfold Path, which tries to it gets information from the sutta and start exploring what is the meaning of each of the 8 practices. Definitely go there. Whatever first, the Noble Eightfold Path will be the base, which is, I will just mention briefly, you have 3 parts, Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. The whole path is there. So we have the morality side. I start with it because it makes for me it makes sense starting with Sila. We stabilize our mind, we don't do harm, the mind gets balanced. When the mind has no guilt or remorse, it's easy to concentrate and meditate. Then it has the pieces for Samadhi to cultivate the right effort, right concentration, and right mindfulness, which I totally recommend you to continue with what you're learning from Sayadaw Tejaniya, because that can be applied to bring the Dhamma to life in our work, with our family, wherever we are, it can be applied. And then we have the wisdom part, which is having the right view. It's a little bit more deep, and having the right thought. So right view, in technically, is to understand the law of karma, understanding that everything is cause and effect. If we do good, good comes. If we do bad, bad comes. Also the Four Noble Truths are there, so we start understanding, wow, this is a precious opportunity. Suffering exists, but it can also cease through the Noble Eightfold Path. And then we have right thought, which is composed of three things, and it's wonderful. Three ingredients for right thinking. One is nekama, detachment, love, we can say, or non-harming, compassion and love. So sometimes I ask myself, why did Buddha put in wisdom love and compassion and renunciation as a source of wisdom is what makes our mind ready to understand reality, even if it is hard. So yes, definitely go for the learning more about the Eight Noble Eightfold Path. There are many books, and whatever way I can help, we can also find ways. And after that, I would recommend you to go deeper also into practice and go deeper into wisdom, the Anapanasati Sutta. It's one of the main teachings, and it describes very clearly what to do to balance our body, balance the mind, and direct it to wisdom. Very good, very good. All the best. And please know that we are not alone. Look how many are we, and we continue inspiring each other. Thank you very much.
Look forward to your more this kind of lecture sessions, because you really make it very easy to get. So wherever you are, we hope we can still learn from you.
Yeah, it will be a pleasure. Even if I am
Cannot.
in Mexico,
Okay.
we can connect through Zoom and continue doing things gladly, gladly. We are walking, we are family, Dharma family, we continue walking. Our potential is great and the opportunity. So, thank you very much for the feedback. Do we have now? Yes.
Don't- I just click on him, never mind.
In Mexico.
We
I
just
don't
click
know
on
if
him.
this one is working. You will. Next question. Okay, let's try next. Go. So this is the monastery. That's it. Thank you.
Just go to the slides
That
and
is the
run the slides.
monastery. It's in a forest.
Yeah.
The forest
Okay.
is 100 hectares. Next slide, please. Is it possible? No.
Next.
What is the? Well, and we run the PowerPoint. What is the problem? Did we stop? We have a hack. Privacy card. Press all F2. Okay, next one. Yes. Okay, this is the entrance. This is the entrance. We made it with
How
local
to off that
stone
thing?
and workers. And then the next one.
What is that thing?
please. So in the entrance there is we made it with the shape of the Dhamma wheel. So when the children come or people, we speak about the Noble Eightfold Path. Oh, this is Panya, this is Sila, this is
What is
Samadhi.
privacy card?
We try to
And install
design
it
the
to off
monastery.
it.
So if no monk is there, the monastery itself will be able to teach the people. They will know what is the meaning of it. You can see there the door. So actually, the monastery is in the other side of the hill. So we made a tunnel. So when you come in, it's like you cross the little hill through this tunnel. And hopefully the image comes in the next one. Or could we go to the PowerPoint here?
Yes, I hang on there. One second.
Ah, thank you.
Okay, everybody look to the front. Look to the front. Don't look here. Look to the front.
The activities there.
Somebody.
People is coming for the classes, but the monastery has not
Okay,
yet
where is
opened.
this like this?
When we just finished after 5 years of work, COVID came, then I came to Asia for the last 3 years, so it is closed. Only my mother is coming from time to time, opening the door, so it is ventilated. But when I come back, I still need to finish the floor and some gardening. This is the entrance. So there are some waterfalls, small like ponds that brings the water from here to here. Put the Eightfold Path also there. We go, if it is possible, go to the next one. This is where we visit. We come, and this is the tunnel, as I was saying, with the Dhamma wheel. And then we go to the next one. You enter the tunnel, and then this is in the night. And then next one, the tunnel you go through. And what I did in the sides, sometimes I like to practice walking meditation with the eyes closed. So what we did, we designed the tunnel so you can touch like a blind person, and the wall tells you when it's time to stop and turn, and then you go and then you touch the wall. So you can be practicing meditation, walking meditation with the eyes closed. Next one, you arrive to the area where we will have, people will take off the shoes in here, and we will have a Bodhi tree. So the Bodhi tree will be here, and it receives the light from top. it would be like a bonsai. Imagine if we let the Bodhi tree wild, it would break the monastery. So it will be just with this soil. I hope that we can manage to keep it like a small Bodhi tree. But as you enter in the tunnel, the first thing you see is the Bodhi. And then we have some paintings of the life of the Buddha. You leave your shoes and then go to the next part of the tunnel and then arrive. Sorry, I forgot to mention. When I was in India in 2015, I was meditating with my teacher from Burma. And we were meditating, and it was the time when the Bodhi tree was releasing the figs. You know, it's like a small fig. So the fig come, and then and put it in my pocket. And I'm meditating, and I hear again. And I went like, what? I put it in my pocket. So at the end of the trip, got a few seeds, and we planted a lot when I went back to Mexico, and only 3 came. But I'm very happy. These are really, really descendants from the real tree. I picked the seeds there. So I hope they survive with the climate, but they look quite healthy. They're bigger now. So one will be inside, and the 2 others we will put them outside. Next, please. So then this is where we're gonna take the light from the top, and the next. This is one of the rooms, but this is not yet finished. We still need to install the floor and do some finishing painting, etc., etc. And on the side there is one staircase, and through this staircase you go to the classroom. The top floor, which you will see now, it's gonna be like a classroom and dining hall. And the next, and this is the view from the rooms. The forest is there, the 100 hectares. The land is actually until there. It's only 1,000 square meters, but fortunately there is no boundary with the forest. So when you go out, it looks like it is very big. And this is an area we did for meditation and also to do Chinese and Japanese tea ceremony. Like if people wish to do something calming their mind, not yet meditating, so can do over here. And then we go to the next. This is one of the toilets. So the shower is here. I didn't take photo of it. The toilet is here, and we try to design everything that flows. So as you come into the monastery, there are no angles that breaks your views. Everything try to make it flow. Next. So the same thing we did with the roof, etc. All the rooms are fluent. This is another area, and as I mentioned, this was the contribution from the lay work. Everything now is put there. So now we will see for the future how to run it, because the funds, whatever savings were there, they are already finished there. So in Mexico, you can see how lucky you are. You recognize this Buddha statue, no? They're here from Malaysia. I brought one, and there we have no Buddhas. So we needed to make a mold to make copies of the Buddhas. And for the lotus and all the lamps, we actually, with one of the students, we sculpted it. And I made the original one, the first sculpture of the lamp. And you will see in the next slide, we make the mold and then make the resin. The next. And this is how the lamps for the pillars will look. Next one. This is also to teach the children about samsara. This is life and death, and how the lotus starts growing, coming out of the water, getting more mature until the enlightenment happens. And this leaf has a drop to talk to them about detachment and how the leaf doesn't get air or anything. And this is installed in one of the corridors. Next. Here, and then the next. So this is the building. We came through the tunnel in the middle floor. So from here you go up or down. There are only 4 rooms actually. 1, 2, 3, and another one under the Bodhi tree. This is the meditation hall and the classroom and dining hall on top. So now we will go to the meditation hall. Next. This is the Buddha that was brought from Burma. So everything has been coming together. Sometimes I stand in Mexico. The only thing people know about Buddhism is the fat Buddha they call, and people just come and rub the belly and may my business be good, may my business be good. So that's what we knew about Buddhism. So when people come, they ask me, Bhante, why this Buddha is not fat? Here we go again, and then I explain that actually Buddhism is much greater, and people do get surprised. In the next picture you will see This is native people from the tribe. So they come from the mountains, some of them. This is their traditional dress, and some friends who follow their tradition. This is my mother over here. Yeah. So they come and they think, some of the indigenous people think that the Buddha has like a miraculous powers or something, and then they bring flowers and incense and candles, and I actually need to explain. Actually, the blessing doesn't come from the Buddha. The blessing comes from applying the teaching of the Buddha in your mind. Oh, so now even the workers that help us 5 years to construct, you won't believe, but at the end when they left, they changed their speech. When they arrived, wow, the words they were speaking was like this. So as I came as a monk, they even tell you like this, and then they stop. But every day, by the end of the construction, believe me, their speech, they were not using bad words anymore. And more surprisingly, at the end, they were saying, Bhante, when love arises in the mind, what's up? I say, wow, so validated. Really nice. So good. It was good. Okay, next image. Almost. This is the library. Now it's in this condition. Now we need to finish the flooring. The floor is there. The only thing we don't have yet, the workers or funds to install it. This wood is going to be wooden. It's almost this color. And we will make a bench here because some people, it's difficult. In Mexico, it's very rare that we sit like that, like cross-legged. So we will do that. Next one. This is up. This is the kitchen, the dining hall. And the next, this is where the body tree gets the light. This is all photonet and in the construction, not yet. Now it's better. The kitchen. Now it's full with the stove and everything. That was another picture. Next. And this is the view from the monastery and the forest. And here we made a walking path around so you can, the people can walk endlessly without leaving the monastery. If they wish to go, they can go to the forest. This was a mountain, and then we took a machine and took 90 trucks of soil and installed this was like a mountain coming like a hill. So we took the soil and then put the monastery. The next one is the pagoda that we made. And next. Yeah, this is around the sides. Next one. And this is the view from top. This is the land comes until here. So now nothing has started yet. When people ask me, Bhante, what do you wish to do? I don't know. People is interested, and now you will see the interest that there is on the Dhamma and the service also that is happening. So this is the tea area. The main, the tunnel goes to this side, and we have the lotus pond, and you can walk around. So actually, fortunately, the owner of this piece of land in the back is a good friend, and he appreciates that I became a monk. So he didn't donate the land, but he said, no worries, it is not yours, but you can use it. So actually we could extend a little bit to the other side, so I'm very grateful for his kindness. We can use it, although legally it's not from the place. But the land for the place, with the funds from the lake work, was possible to be bought and construct until how you see it right now. Still needs to finish the floor and the painting and the gardening around, just some things, and then later on we'll come to find ways to keep it running. Now I would like to show you the interest on the Dhamma that is there. It's something that brings me joy because at the beginning we start practicing and we don't realize how our practice starts helping and inspiring others. So this is something, one of the joys that in moments of difficulty, I have to confess to you, being a monk sometimes is difficult. Sometimes when you are by yourself, extended periods, and the mind brings you challenges, same as you said, memories or attachments or so, and the training, it becomes difficult. So it is these joys, when you see the service for others, how our practice helps others, that really help you to overcome after the years of being become a monk. Also we have the other friends, our the brothers monks and teachers who help us. But yes, is this joy? Please do not underestimate it, and we feel our practice with. Next one is the projects. This is from the roof, and we made it so you can go and do lying meditation on this area. So you lie looking at the sky and everywhere to practice. Anyway, next one. These are the projects. So this Dhamma class has been going on in Spanish for the last 6 years. My mother is there, she's very fun. So I tell you a brief story. I was not thinking to teach really. I thought, okay, I go back to Mexico, buy the land in the forest, make something small and just practice. But then when I arrived, I arrived as a monk for the first time with the ropes, and my mother asked me, said, why do you like so much this thing? Why you left your wife and the music and the traveling and the dinner? Why is there that you like? And then I told, well, if you're interested to know, I can tell you, but we will need some time. I cannot tell you in one time. Are you waiting? And then she said yes. So she said wanted to start. So at the beginning, only started my mother and 4 psychologist friends who said, oh, I'm interested in learning. Okay. So I said, okay, I will just share this and I go to practice. But then one of the friends said, Bhante, can I bring my brother? I think my brother will like this very much. I said, okay, anyway, we're doing great.
Next is here.
Bhante, can I bring my mother? Yes. Can I bring my friend? Can I bring my grandmother? So as you can see, it started growing and growing. So the sessions continue moving, and there was a lot of people. You will see more in the next slides. Interested in the Dhamma and applying the Dhamma. Next. Oh. Here. Yeah. So then there were some invitations after. One of the people who came to the class says, Bhante, I'm a doctor and we're having problems in the hospital because we see the doctors treating the patients as clients, as things. So we wish to sensibilize them to bring, and then I asked them, why do you think the doctors are not treating the patients well? And they said, actually they are very stressed. And then I said, actually the problem is not their misbehavior, it's the stress they have. So we started having talks, as you see, with medical doctors on how to deal with stress and how to develop kindness. So it started growing, and then the next one, we can see that, there were some invitations. This is the University of Catholic Priests, the Franciscan. So at the beginning they invite me, can you introduce Buddhism? And then I say, oh, I wish they didn't ask me about God. Please, please God, don't ask about God. So then I go, what to do? But then I found a way to speak about the Dhamma to them, and then I said, Buddhism focuses on facts. Whatever we believe, it's our choice. In the same way that I choose to dress like this or the food I like, that's a choice. Beliefs are a choice. Facts of life are facts of life. Like gravity, like temperature, like anger, like love. Do you get angry? Yes, I do get angry. Do you feel gratitude sometimes? Yes, I feel gratitude. Let's focus on that. And then with that, I've been invited for the last 3 years, so it's going well. Still we are friends. No problem, and they're very happy. One of the things I was very surprised is when they ask about the Vinaya, because unfortunately, for Catholic priests, they don't have so many tools as Buddhist monks have to deal with celibacy, for example. The Buddha left tools before craving, while craving is happening, and after craving, with the Asubha practices and all this. So my brother monks, Catholic monks, they don't have all this. So they were very curious, well, how do you deal with it? And when I started saying all the tools that the Buddha gave, they were very happy, and some of them are also applying them, because I have to say we are more fortunate that the Buddha was very careful and knowing the mental state. Anyway, continue. So then it started, as I told you, one person started telling another people another. This is a group of parents. This is a little bit painful, eh? These parents are parents with children or young people with addiction, drug addiction. So I was started invited to talk about the Buddha's teaching has a lot to say about attachment, isn't it? And how to be free from attachment. So I started going to the centers of addiction, but then we have a big problem with the parents because the parents develop some kind of guilt, like saying, why did I do wrong that my child became a drug addict? So actually, this workshop was for the parents to help them relieve and talk about the Buddha's teaching, very useful. And then, besides these sessions, next, we meditate. They're very kindly. And I have to say, even in a Catholic country, I have never felt rejection in any way. And the Buddha's teaching, as you can see, started small and is now growing. So now, to be honest, I feel a little bit overwhelmed because there is only one monk. See how many people. So I need to find ways to be more efficient. So I have to admit, sometimes I feel stressed because they call from this place. So I hope wish me luck. I hope there is enough wisdom to find a stable way to continue doing my own practice, because I haven't finished, and helping others. So every time I ask the teacher, I asked Ajahn Brahm. I had a personal interview with him. I said, Ajahn, I want to talk about something. I showed him the images. He was very happy. And then I said, Bhante, how do you manage? You serve a lot of people, but how you keep your practice? And we were discussing very valuable, very beautiful teachings he shared. So I think it's going to be very good. Anyway, these are the centers of the drug addicts. Alcoholism, drug addiction, and most of these people was taken by force. When they are drunk or drunk in the street, the family comes and sometimes even put an injection to sleep them, because obviously they don't want to go. And then they bring them to these centers. So you can imagine, next slide, you can imagine how much anger they have towards their own family. So besides speaking about detachment and attachment and how to deal, we deal a lot with generating forgiveness, compassion, and big problems. And you will see in the next slide, look at these boys. They are 12 or 10 years old, and they are already in the center. So that means that they were already 1 or 2 years as an addicts in the streets. Look at that, 12-year-olds. Because in Mexico, sometimes I hear people here in Malaysia saying, wow, Malaysia very bad, the government very bad, we have many problems. And I look like this and I say, yes, many problems you have. Imagine if your child, 10-year-old, is already heroin addict on the street. Look at them. These are ladies, gentlemen, and what is doing the drug dealers? You imagine how ignorance, moha, and loba, how far it can go. They go outside the primary schools and they give the candies to the kids. The kids don't know it's candy or not. It is drug, and they get hooked. Later on, they are even stealing to their own family to get the drug. Imagine the problem we have. Centers like this, I cannot tell you the number. Every state has many. So sometimes when I feel overwhelmed, I will try to make a platform where I can speak only one time through Zoom and all the centers connect, because if I start going here and going there, the energy will be finished. So we won't be able to. Anyway, next slide. Also, there have been a lot of programs in the universities. This is Philosophy University. This is Bhante from Argentina, and he came to Mexico a few years ago. He also established a meditation center in the other side. So actually in Mexico we are 2 months, and we are bringing some of the Buddha's teaching to the different places. In the next slides you will see there are some political sciences, and people is really interested. So a lot of work to do. Next one. This is political sciences. They were interested in learning how the Buddha deals with conflict in this monastery. So there is plenty of teaching. This is Psychology University. They were having a program for happiness. And this last one, university, is one that is, next slide please. This is one that is working scientifically to find ways how to counteract the addictions. They also, even they are totally into science, they still continue inviting the monks to share what they imagine, how valuable it is, how much information they see on the Buddha's teaching. So they start incorporating in the scientific research for drug fighting. And in terms of drug fighting, I've been also running some programs before the kids get into drugs. It's better to get them before and then I talk to them about the problems, and I have to say them, I show them images. I show images of people before drugs and how they look after drugs. I'm sorry, it's a little bit of a Suba practice for the kids, but they do get it. I tell them, you see this lady? How does she look? Oh, she looks good. You want to see how she looks after a few years of drug abuse? When you see the picture, even for us, if you see them, some of them are really shocking. So I tell them to put the safety belt. Safety belts on, everybody, put the safety belt. So it is good, and you can see, so there is a lot of work. So this is my plans for the new year. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm returning there. So I just wanted to share the joy of that treasure that here, because it's in your culture, you might take it for granted. Please take a look, see what it can do, and know that whichever support, if you wish to support in the future for that, it will be going through all of that and we work together. To be honest, I don't know what is going to happen. I'm just open. I trust that the training has been of good quality from my teachers and now in SBS. I am very, very grateful and also for all your support in all the way. So let's see, and I wish for this year and many more years to come, health, happiness, and well-being for all of us. So thank you for it. I don't know our time how it is. If we will have some more questions or finish, it depends on you. I am
5 minutes.
Okay, we can give the closing. If anybody has a question or something, please request the mic. Anything you wish to share. Somebody? Question, comment? Here. Thank you. It's very nice to see the young people engage. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. And just now he talked about the memories, and then my another question is how about things that haven't happened but you're worried or anxiety about?
Worry and anxiety. This is something. So actually, these two problems are related. They come from not being present. So either we are in the past worrying about what happened in the past and being tormented by the past, or worrying about the future. Actually, by staying here, those things are covered. So you mentioned anxiety and fear. You mentioned fear? No. So anxiety and fear are related. So I want to share something that it was recorded in one video recently, which is the way I deal with it. I have to confess to all of you and to feel together. In the past, I used to have a lot of fear, even anxiety and paranoia. Yeah. So I was having some very heavy moments when the mind got unstable. Many years ago. Fortunately, I was in one of those times, I was in Burma, in the monastery. I was with the Rhodes in one of the temporary ordinations before this one. So I was with Sayadaw Tajaniya, and then I went Sayadaw and really I couldn't sleep because there was a lot of fear. I couldn't even say what I was afraid of or why I was anxious, but the mind was just very unstable. So I went with Sayadaw Tajaniya and I said, Bhante, I'm having trouble with this. I cannot sleep very well. So he sat down and very serious. It was just the two of us. And he told me, you have this tendency, and you know what? You cannot go around. You must go through it. And you and I know that you can do it. Wow. When he told me, you and I know that you can do it, I felt. Yes. I mean, really, I was really having a hard time. So I started working and asking questions. Why is it coming? Not just suffering it, but why is it coming? And I came up with a formula which I want to share. It worked for me to the degree that never came back again until now. I have shared to many other people and they also have used it and it works. And the thing that I found is that anxiety, fear, paranoia, anguish, all these are related and they have three ingredients for them to arise. So the first ingredient they need to arise is imagination. We cannot live the past, right? We cannot live the future. The only thing we can live is the present. When we are thinking about the past or the future, we are imagining. So imagination is one of the ingredients that they need to arise. Now, if I ask you, is imagination good or bad? And you'll say, imagination is good. Imagination makes music, makes art, makes technology, makes architecture, very good. Yeah, imagination by itself is not bad. It is who imagination associates, and it is the second ingredient and the one that makes the most problem. Negativity. Oh, this is not going to be good. I'm going to fail in the exam. I don't know if I'm going to succeed in life. I maybe get sick. Maybe this is going to be broken. Maybe I will die, whatever. Only negative things. So the problem is not imagination. The negativity that when we are imagining in negativity is when the anxiety and the fear starts arising because we only imagine that. Now I will say the three ingredients and how to disconnect them. It's possible to disconnect each other. The next ingredient that is necessary for fear, anxiety, or all these kind of emotions is future. Just what you're saying. I ask you one question. Are you afraid of something that happens in the past? That already happened in the past. Are you afraid? Somebody afraid of something that happened in the past? How can I be afraid it already happened? I'm not afraid of what happened. I am afraid that it happens again. When? In the future. Either in the near future or when I am old or before dying. So, the three ingredients that make anxiety, fear, is this. Imagination that is wild, plus negativity, plus future. When you put these three together, what comes out of it? Jealousy comes out of it. Oh, maybe this person is cheating on me. Imagining negatively. Why don't we think, oh, maybe this person found a friend and is having from the school and is having the time of their lives. Only negative. Oh, this is gonna break. I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna die. Only negative, negative, negative. So there is a way to disconnect each of them, and with one, this thing requires the three. If we disconnect only one, it cannot happen. So what to do? Imagination plus negativity plus future, very bad combination. Keep them separated and disconnect. Imagination. How to disconnect imagination, which is related. When you recognize that the mind is imagining something, if it is not happening with what you see, with what you hear, and what you feel in the body, if it is not happening, it's imagination. When we recognize imagination, like a horse, you get the rein. No, you start come. No. I know where you're going. So at that time, you use what I mentioned. No, thank you. I know where you leave me if I leave you wild. When the mind is imagining negatively, it always says in this phrase, you tell me yes or not. When this mind is imagining negatively, it's saying, what if this, what if that, what if this and that. So when next time, my dear family, when you hear your mind thinking, what if, the mind is already getting lost. Get the mind and say, no, my dear, stay here with me. Don't go, stay here. One instruction from childhood engineer is, when we recognize fear or imagination, don't believe the thoughts. The mind is unstable. Every solution that the mind will give us is unstable. So no worth in holding. So what I tell the mind, thank you, darling. I speak to the mind with care, because if you speak back, she gets angry. I tell her, darling. I say, yes, my dear, yes, now what? How can I help you? Then the mind comes and I say, no, thank you. You are not stable now. Later, yes, I will take care of you. But later, you are afraid now. What kind of suggestions you will give me? So imagination, hold and keep it. Stay with me. Take some tea. This is it. Second is negativity. My dear family. After all the blessings we have, look at our lives. We have everything. House, food, clothing, medicine, friends, teachers, dhamma, information, mobility, freedom. Is it fair to be thinking only negative? It feels even unfair to life, isn't it? We complain about our lives and think negatively. What would a children or parents who are now in war and their house was destroyed and have no food and don't know where to go, if we were to tell them our suffering, I mean, it would be shameful, isn't it? Imagine one of those, every day, this is one thing that I use for negativity, I remember this one, it's just a statistic. My dear family, in this world, every day, 350 children per day die of hunger. Every single day. Today, 350, tomorrow, 700, day after tomorrow, 1,050. So, remember that statistic. Today in the world, 350 children will die of hunger. No accident, no sickness, only lack of food. Today, 700 parents, Papa and Mama, will be crying their children because they could not give him food. That's why the children die. Okay, imagine suffering is a room. So we have the suffering room. And whoever is suffering enters the room. So suddenly, I am suffering, this month suffering because of memories, because this is not going good, because the phone broke or I have no internet or something. So I enter the suffering room. One of these mama and papa comes to the side, they just lost their child. And they come and ask them, Bhante, why are you here? From the thing that I'm suffering, how can I help her? She just lost the child. 350 today, 350 tomorrow. Remember this. Next time we want to think negatively with the conditions we have, we need to bring perspective. That is one way that I fight negativity. The second one is very beneficial and very easy, and is gratitude. Gratitude does the opposite of negativity. Gratitude sees what is going right and what is going good, all the blessings that we have. So please, my dear family, if you haven't done it, I, with the heart, ask you to please make a list in your phone of all the things that you're grateful for. Start that we are alive, we can see, and put the opposite. I can see, I am not blind. I can walk, I am not disabled. I can think, etc. Put both. Put the most important on the top. Next time you find your mind thinking negatively or complaining, get your phone out and start reading the lines. I swear to you that by the third or fourth line, your mind already got perspective. You already recognize that thinking negatively is unfair to the world, through life, and the mind will come back and we will start fighting back the tendency to think negatively. Now, evolutionarily, we are programmed to think negatively. The caveman who didn't think negatively, oh, look at the lion, so cute. If he was very kind to the lion, he didn't survive. Only the people who was a little bit frightful, no, don't go there, no, don't do that, they are the ones who survive. My dear family, I have bad news. We are survivors, we are descendants of fearful people. That's it. So we have this tendency, but if we let it run, automatically without knowing it and doing something about it, then it starts controlling us, all of us. It starts controlling us and bringing us towards suffering. So I know, yes. So I bring the goodness, bring gratitude, and that will counteract. So remember the 350 children. Remember how unfair it is to be complaining. And the last one is future. How to counteract future? Well, just stay here. How to do Anapana. Oh, Anapana, thank you, my savior, my hero. Yes, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Can you breathe in the past? Can you breathe in the future? If you know, if you are inhaling or exhaling, you can assure to the world, I am in the present. So just come back to the breath, come back to the body, let the body anchor us, so the imagination cannot go back, because we will be here. Next step, I know, I think this is getting recorded. I know it's a lot of instructions. Later you will write them, or you need to go through them again. But anyway, once we are here in the body, future cannot happen. I bring them, no, don't worry. What if, no, thank you, stay here. Another thing that I use is very efficient. When I was having the paranoia, not fear. Paranoia is worse than fear. Paranoia is fear with distrust. You distrust even yourself. Imagine, I don't recommend, the worst emotions I have ever experienced in this life is paranoia and jealousy. The worst of all of them. And these two arise from imagination, negativity, and future. So, what I was doing in those days, I divided, like they say, divide and conquer, from what I see. Is there something to be afraid? I look at you, no monsters, no, nothing afraid. From what I hear, is there something that is to be afraid or worried? Only the fan, from what I feel, etc., separate. And one question that summarizes the whole thing that saved my life at that time, because I have to say, I have to admit, even thoughts of suicide became. But that means it worked. It has never come fortunately. Next thing, a question I said was, can I deal with this moment? Only this. Can you deal with this moment? Even the mind is worried. And I was saying, yes, I can. What? The water bottle? The floor? I can. The mind later on gets worried. Oh yeah, what is that? That's okay. You ask the question again. Can you deal with this moment? Only this moment is a responsibility. And you keep moving. The mind starts seeing the benefit of releasing, and believe me, my dear sister, eventually the fear goes away. We need to look at the causes and disconnect. Don't follow the story, because the story will make it big. Go to the ingredients. Imagination. It doesn't matter what I'm imagining. It's not the story, because if you remember, the story will grow. Imagination from here. Negativity. 350. again, fear, anxiety, paranoia, and jealousy can be disconnected. I really wish it's useful. If any of you experience it, which maybe from time to time, try it. It really works, and if you know somebody who is having problem with it, we can share it and we continue. So I hope it goes well for all of us. I think by now it will be more than 5 minutes. Thank you, my sister. And another thing, we are together. Gambare, gambare. The monks are here, the Buddha is here, community is here, you are not alone, none of us is alone, we go forward. And my offering as a Dhamma broker is that whenever you have a difficult moment, remember us. We are still in the mountain trying, the Buddha's teaching is still alive, and we have plenty to take from and use as tools. Best of the life for this year, best of the life for many more years for you and all our families. So let's end up by sharing the merits of our good practice of this session with the person who has gone before us in our family. And you know how to do, we go idame nyatinam, okay? So together, idame nyatinam hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idame nyatinam hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idam nyatinam hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Beautiful. Etawata chamhe sampadam punya sampadam sabbe sattha anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. We put our intention, so the practice of sila, generosity, mental stability, and cultivation of wisdom help all of us and all beings to recognize and eradicate the causes of suffering, both the asaras, mental impurities of anger, non-acceptance, attachment, addiction, obsession, and ignorance. May we all purify systematically, step by step, day by day our minds until we reach final purity, the attainment of Nibbana. And we recite, please recite after me. Idame punyang astavakaya vaham hotu. Idame punyang nippanasam pacayo hotu manabe. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I have a bell, but ping, ping, ping. May it go well. Happy New Year.